Hey guys, we're back with Campionato TV. Today we're going to be talking about the MLS and recent Italians that joined the MLS and some other players that joined the MLS, superstar players. First we're going to start with, Lorenzo Insigne. He signed a deal with Toronto midway through the Serie A season this past year, and I think he's getting like $13 million a year. I'm not sure if that's net or gross, but I was watching his press conference yesterday, and one of the journalists asked him if he came to the MLS or Toronto for the money, and he kind of like said no. He came for for his family and things like that, and he wanted a new challenge. I mean, I gotta say, it's kind of obvious that he wasn't gonna pass up $13 million dollars a season. So I don't really. He said it in a roundabout way. He did it for his family. So he's basically coming, here to make more money for his family. So in a roundabout way, he did come to the MLS, in my opinion, for the money, and that's fine. But I think that he's maybe he's a little naive of of how the soccer is going to be when he plays. He said he's been watching the games for Toronto FC, and he's impressed by some of the players, and is excited to get started. But I think he's a little naive, and I don't really think that in the long run, I don't think he's going to be happy. But we'll see. He's playing in Toronto FC is playing at the Gillette Stadium at the end of the month in July 2022, and we're gonna be heading over there to see if we can get some footage of Lorenzo and see how he's playing, and to see if we get any autographs from him. So that's Lorenzo Insigne. We also had Giorgio Chiellini. He went to LAFC. Again, we want to see the MLS, get better, from a football standpoint, like the quality of play. But this is another deal in my eyes that Chiellini, he's an educated man. I think the guy has a master's degree or a doctor's degree, and I could just see that he is was at the end of his time at Juventus. He didn't really want to go play for another Serie A side because his loyalties with Juventus, and he probably has some plans in the future to hook back up with Juventus. I couldn't see him going out of the country to play elsewhere, even though he was a top defender. So he said, you know what? I'll go to LAFC. This is my opinion. I'll go to LAFC. It's beautiful weather over there. Del Piero's in Los Angeles too, and he's just gonna go live life, live it up in California. I'm sure he's very wealthy, and he's just gonna go play at LAFC. And really probably not have any big expectations. I'm sure he wants a win, but if it doesn't happen, I'm sure he's not going to be losing sleep over the game like he would if he didn't win the European Championship, or if they, when they when Juventus came short twice to win the Champions League, or Juventus not winning the Coppa Italia or Serie A. I don't think that Bonucci will be upset. Not Bonucci. Chiellini will be so upset like that if LAFC doesn't do anything, because at the end of the day, I think he just came, to have another experience in another country. Like Del Piero, he lives in California. He just wants another experience, and there happens to be soccer involved, and somebody wants to pay him, so he's going. And again, I don't fault the guy. I would probably do the same thing. He, played at the highest levels. He's played in World Cup. He's played in a Champions League final. He won a European Cup. He's won the Serie A. He's won the Coppa Italia. He's won, countless trophies and awards. So, he's at the end of his career, 38, 39, maybe 37, and he wants to go, experience another place, like California. He's probably done with the daily grind of, big-time soccer. So then the other signing that just recently happened was this Gareth Bale from Real Madrid to LAFC, and again, honestly, I think Gareth Bale, he would have probably liked to stay in a big European club and call, but no team, or I'm sure there wasn't many teams that are willing to let him, call the shots for himself, like when he's going to practice or whatever else, when he's going to practice, or, if he could play a game, or what this or that. There's not many, teams that will allow that, and, if they're going to pay you, these teams, these high-level teams, they want you to practice and to be in the games and et cetera, et cetera. Carlo Ancelotti, he said it himself when he was at Real Madrid, that, Bale, he could not practice every day, for whatever reason. But I guess he's having a lot of injuries, and he's not able to practice every day. So, Gareth Bale, I mean, he probably, said, what? I'm going to, LAFC, they want to pay me good money. I'm going to make the Wales World Cup team, so I'll go to LAFC. They'll pay me. I'm sure they're paying him well. And he's going to play there. He's probably going to have a special trainer to train him to get him in shape for the World Cup. And he's going to do whatever he could do for the team. I'm sure he's not going to lose any sleep if they're not successful, because he's concerned with playing with Wales at the World Cup. It's in California. The guy likes to golf. He's going to probably golf, and he's going to live it up. So, I can't blame the guy, but at the end of the day, it's, they're interesting signings and stuff like that, but, at the end of the day, people will go to the stands and stuff like that to see these players. Like, I'm going to go to see Lorenzo Insigne at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. But, these guys, they're really, signing for, in my opinion, for these reasons. And, money, quality of life, not, too much pressure, et cetera, et cetera. And, it's good and it's bad for the league. It brings attention to the league, but, I'm a Serie A fan, and, I don't, I wouldn't be crazy, about this kind of players going to the Serie A, you know what I mean? I know, at the end of their, career and stuff like that, just, I want my league to be the strongest, and have the best players. So, that's, some information that I want to talk to you guys about related to recent signings in the MLS. We would like to see the MLS get stronger because, we live in the USA. maybe these signings will help it, but at the end of the day, I think it needs some other changes besides some eye candy signings. I don't know if I've ever said, but I believe that the MLS, they need a relegation and promotion. I mean, there's no, like I've said in my other videos, there's no reason. There is a reason, but if you're a serious soccer country and you're serious about football, soccer, football, you should have promotion relegation. You have the USL in the United States and MLS. Why can't there be promotion or relegation? That will help raise the level of the soccer as well. And it may give some other teams, something to shoot for, to push that just that little much more, to try to get into the top division. But no, the MLS, they don't do this stuff because similar to, these signings, they're just, they're really not giving their league, any, they're really not doing their league justice because, these teams, they're making these signings to get eye candy and people to go in the seats, and in my opinion, relegation, it's a hard sell because these people that own these MLS clubs, they're just in it for, they're just in it for the money, and they don't want to see their team go to the B division, the USL. Then that would be a loss on their investment. So these are the things I talked in my last video about U.S. soccer, what needs to happen in my opinion to get better. But the MLS is part of that as well. And if USA, they're really serious about winning a World Cup, I think they need to make those changes that I talked about in my other video. And also, I think the MLS, it needs to come in line with the normal football, leagues around the world with promotion, relegation, and maybe playing at the same time. The MLS, they play through the summer, probably because they don't want to compete with the MLS, with the NFL and also with other leagues around the world. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on, talk about that. I seen these recent signings. Subscribe to my channel. Like my posts, my post and my video. Leave comments. I'll see you guys on our next video. I just want to let you know I'm never giving up. I'm going to keep spreading my view and my love for Italian soccer. I will never give up. I will be always giving the best take and a fair take, not criticizing anybody else. And we'll see you guys until next time.